because they are so jealous that they do not possess the divine DNA. They do not possess the melanin that we all know is a God particle, a great transmuter, alchemy. They know that. Subconsciously, consciously, whether or not the deep-rooted hate was instilled by them through generations, the originators of whitewashing and oppressing black people, which I guess has been for fucking ever, they knew through science, through studying the difference in DNA and even bones before DNA was a thing, that black people possessed the God particle, melanin, something that no one else possesses that is white. And they are so jealous that they cannot stand it. They can't stand it. They hate themselves. They wish they were black. They wish they were black. That's why they have to claim everything that black people did, because they wish they were black. And let me leave you with this also. Recently, I saw a video by a young black man, and he said that some of the racist things or things that have given him black fatigue, he named the fact that white men in the gym will say, "I wish I had your build." And he said, whatever the fuck that means. I'm going to tell you what it means, because I've had a lot of white men that I thought were not racist at all, like that I didn't even think about it, you know. In casual conversation, they'll just say to me, like, we'll be watching sports, or mostly when we're watching sports, but even just TV, like, let a black man show up on that damn screen. And every time a white man says the same thing to me.
I'm so jealous of black people. They're just good at everything. They're just naturally athletic. They pop out of the womb and they're already playing fucking football. If they get into a fight, doesn't matter who the other person is, okay? I'm putting my money on the black person. They win every time. They got that beautiful chocolate skin that never gets burnt. They say they get sunburnt. I've never seen it. Me, 5 minutes in the sun, it looks like I was thrown into a deep fryer. They've got waterproof hair. They come out of the water, their hair's the same as when they went in. Me, I come out of the water, I look like a cancer patient. Fast as fuck in every sport. I mean, when have you seen a white guy being the fastest? Maybe in the Paralympics with the wheelchairs. Everything they do is just cooler. They've got good style, good taste in music. They can cook good. Girls always got cake. And me personally, I'm an ass guy, so all the black chicks hit my line. The guys, they've got fucking horse meat as big as my forearm. It's not fair. Leave some stuff for us. Fuck. What do we got?
Family, black folks have been receiving a lot of hate from many white people, especially the white supremacists, for the longest time right now. Many white folks have since decided to just come out and call out their people, saying most of their people are actually jealous of people of color. Family, in this video, the white lady in question has called out his race, telling them that they are actually jealous. All the things they've been perpetuating in black communities across America has been as a result of their jealousy, for the people of color. Some of the things she's mentioned is that white people are jealous because they do not possess the divine DNA, the melanin, which is a God particle. She says most of them really wish that they were black people. They really wish that they had the blessings that black folks actually have. So family, I want you to stay tuned and watch this video all the way to the end for us to be able to debunk this fact as to why many white folks today are jealous of black people and their progress. So fam, once the video is done, we will get back and do a critical analysis about the same. And family, in a special way, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers who are supporting this channel by buying me a coffee. I do not take your support for granted. So fam, let's watch the video, then we'll be right back.
I just have to make this video. So I am on Black TikTok, and it's probably because of the posts that I like, the posts that I repost, the comments that I make, the content that I've built brick by brick in my For You page, which is mostly standing up against white people and honestly, the algorithm probably believes that I am black. And here recently, after Donald fucking Trump has caused so many, especially these pasty ass, wrinkled ass, sunburned ass, SPF 50 ass wearing ass white women, to come on this internet and say the most egregious, disgusting things that I have ever heard in my life. I just want to say, I now understand why none of us can be trusted. I now understand why y'all don't trust anybody, why you don't feel like you can accept any of us into your space, into your heart, because time and time again, white people continue to show out because they are so jealous that they do not possess the divine DNA. They do not possess the melanin that we all know is a God particle, a great transmuter, alchemy. They know that. Subconsciously, consciously, whether or not the deep-rooted hate was instilled by them through generations, the originators of whitewashing and oppressing black people, which I guess has been for fucking ever, they knew through science, through studying the difference in DNA and even bones before DNA was a thing, that black people possessed the God particle, melanin, something that no one else possesses that is white. And they are so jealous that they cannot stand it. They can't stand it. They hate themselves. They wish they were black. They wish they were black. That's why they have to claim everything that black people did, because they wish they were black. And let me leave you with this also. Recently, I saw a video by a young black man, and he said that some of the racist things or things that have given him black fatigue, he named the fact that white men in the gym will say, "I wish I had your build." And he said, whatever the fuck that means. I'm going to tell you what it means, because I've had a lot of white men that I thought were not racist at all, like that I didn't even think about it, you know. In casual conversation, they'll just say to me, like, we'll be watching sports, or mostly when we're watching sports, but even just TV, like, let a black man show up on that damn screen. And every time a white man says the same thing to me, yeah, you know, black people are just naturally gifted at athletics because they're naturally athletically built. They're just naturally muscular. The white man and women are jealous because not only do black people possess divine DNA that have shielded them from total obliteration through oppression, through having to go through and endure the most wicked, disgusting things that you could ever imagine, whether it be through the L word with trees, whether it be through being outside all day, whether it be through grape, whether it be through every single disgusting thing that the white man has systemically put black people through for hundreds and even thousands of years before this continent even existed. White people would have never survived. And black people have, and they have still been a part of society, because you can't kill them. You can't kill them off. I know you want to, but you can't, because they're too strong. They're stronger than us. They have more mental fortitude than us. They are divinely encoded. Their bones are encoded with sacred and ancient code, light. You ever heard of the frequency grid? They are the lattice keepers. They are the nodes. They are the divine presence in this world. And you bitches are just jealous. And although I wish that it did not have to be this way, although I wish that I could be the exception, or that people like my mother, who taught me Number one, no, don't you ever trust a white fucking man. And number two, don't you ever trust the fucking police. And number three, you better watch for your privilege. You better identify it, and you better use it to your advantage to uplift every single black person that you are around, in the vicinity of, or can speak up for. And that means sacrificing yourself. It breaks my heart that I'm not trusted. But what the fuck would I expect? How could I expect any different when I see and hear not only what they have been through, what they go through on a day-to-day basis, and then I see you pasty assholes saying the shit that you say. Black fatigue? Ghetto? And then I keep seeing the black on black crime bullshit. I've already made a video where I pull up the statistics on crime. It is widely taught in cultural academics that white people, even given that they account for a slightly larger bit of the population now, and I hope we will become the minority soon, but it keeps getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. 50 years ago, the white population was like 60% more. Now it's like a slow margin of like 24, something like that. But white people, even considering that there are more white people in this country, and that the police do not police white people the way they do black people, white people still commit more crime than black people in every single category of crime. But let's name the worst ones. SA, oh yeah, that's white men. That's white people. Especially their own children. Mass, white people. Little Timmy over there with his fucking notebook. Dylan Roof going into a church with black people who welcomed him in to worship with them and then shooting them all. White people. White on white crime. White on black crime. Violence in general, domestic violence, all of that. Look it up. White people commit the most crime. And on top of that, they collect the most government assistance. And that is taking into account the fact that white people account for a slightly larger number of the population. So don't come to me with, oh, well, it's going to look like they commit more crimes because there's more of them. No, bitch. We're taking ratio into consideration, and we're also taking into consideration that white people are not profiled the way black people are. Do you know that I was arrested? I was arrested when I was 21 years old. I had so many blues. You know, blues, a cut thing that you drink out of, a little tiny baggie with residue of some sort in it. Do you know I was arrested and never searched? I was not even searched when I was arrested. I was able to park my car on the side of the road, have someone come and get it. Handcuffed in the front, got to sit in the front seat of the police car, and was not watched when we pulled up to the jail and when we entered the jail, allowing me enough time to take that out of my pocket and shove it into my crack. I was not even searched. So you cannot tell me that your statistics are true. See, this is what y'all do. Y'all whitewash shit and you lie. You blatantly lie. Look the shit up, educate yourself. Everything you believe that is true about this country is not. The people who invented shit, the people who founded shit, the people who owned land in this country. I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Do you know how many black families had their land stolen from them? And it is literally still within the deed books at the courthouse. I know because my mother she worked with deeds. Y'all are valid, and I am so fucking sorry on behalf of every white out here. I'm so sorry. Damn, I hate y'all. Y'all gotta ruin it for all of us.
Bingo. Clocked it. Because ultimately, This is why I find it so incredibly important to decenter whiteness from your queerness, no matter what you are, black, white, brown, whatever you are. And this is why I found it extremely difficult to maintain and sustain friendships with white queer people, because there is this constant like self-victimization that is laughable. It's like you'll be in a conversation and you'll be like, hey, you know, like, I'm dealing with XYZ because of my marginalized identity. And they'll be like, well, I'm also dealing with XYZ. And you'll be like, okay. You're just venting to them. You're literally just being a friend. You're venting and you're saying, well, you know, I couldn't pay my rent. Well, I couldn't pay my rent in 2003, so it's like, okay, girl. Literally try to play this game that you didn't even realize you were playing. And the wild part about it is every single time you see that like light of curiosity and spark in their eyes, the moment they feel like they can like be friends with a person of color. And this is like truly, I've seen this in lots of like white queer women, almost as if they're like the white queer Thanos and they got one of their infinity stones the moment they get a person of color as a friend, because they like latch on and they're like, how can I suck from the host? Like, how can I try to one-up you and play Oppression Olympics every single moment, every single opportunity that I get? It's scary. And this is why it's so dangerous to be a person of color that is queer. Because what happens is we see danger, right? Like as humans, we know how to find danger. We know how to see danger. The problem with white queer people is they will be the danger that was lurking there the whole time and you had no clue. You'll be 3-4 years into a friendship only to find out, oh, you didn't like me. I was just one of your infinity stones for your virtue signaling, for your potluck. Oh. And like the older I get and the more into my queerness and my queer journey I get, the more I can clock those like red flags. But it is very it's very debilitating. It's very painful. It's very hurtful. But yes, the jealousy is absolutely there. Clocked it.
Family, I always tell my subscribers that right now we are living in a time of awakening. It's been very many years since we saw white people come up and just call out their race. Family, it's actually very, very rare. And for that, I'd always give credit to white folks who just decide, you know, that their people have been doing wrong and they want to change the whole analogy. They want to bring up a new cause and say that enough is enough. There is no discrimination against black people anymore. Enough is enough. Black people have suffered in the hands of white supremacists. White people are suffering today because of their supremacist ideologies, you know, and I'm seeing white folks who are able to just come up and speak boldly about issues that are affecting black people. I just do give them a lot of credit and I salute them for that. So far, in this video, the lady speaks boldly about how jealousy is killing white America. She says that black people are very, very blessed. And this is something that is actually making most white folks jealous. Some days ago, I posted a video where a lady mentioned and said that most of the racism in America today is actually being caused by the jealousy that most white folks have towards the black people. They tend to believe that black people are blessed. They wonder how resilient black people are. Imagine coming from slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, the systemic injustices that we're still facing today, and we're still thriving as a people. Black people have shown themselves and have just proven that they are very strong, that in case anything comes their way, they'll find solutions, you know, to be able to go through all that and still come out strong. That is making a lot of people wonder, who are these people? Why are they, you know, very, very energetic? Why are they this resilient? Family, this is giving some white supremacists sleepless nights. Family, you know that in the next 20 to 30 years, the whole demographic in America shall have changed. You know, we all understand that the white populations are slowly decreasing drastically each and every day. Family, in the next 20 to 30 years, people of color would be the vast majority and that would mean that they could also be able to hold power. And most of these white people are jealous and are afraid because they think that whatever they did to black folks, whatever they've been pushing, their agendas, the racism, shall be avenged. They are afraid that people of color will be able to revenge all these atrocities. And family, these are some of the things that are making them very, very jealous. They want to do whatever it takes from the end to ensure that black people continue to be miserable. They want to ensure that black people are still struggling in America. They want to ensure that the black people cannot get opportunities, when it comes to economic opportunities. They want black people to suffer, for them not to be able, to revenge, once they are able, to be fully sufficient as a people. Because family, they are really, really closing doors that would make black people fully sufficient. They do not want people of color to be united, and this is all because of jealousy. They are afraid of the potential that we have as a people. Family, these people are jealous that they cannot stand it. They have to claim everything black people did. Family, that's another way that white supremacists have always shown their jealousy to black people. They want to claim all the things that black people have been able to achieve in America today. Anything you think of that black people actually made, they want to take all the credit. That's why they had also, to whitewash the history of black people in America. Family, this is all jealousy. They do not want black people to get the credit to what they've actually innovated. Most black innovations are put on the side, and they do not want people to know that black folks actually did that. Elevator doors were made by black people. Rarely will you hear them talk about that. The Wi-Fi that people use in their homes and offices, for connectivity in their offices, is all as a black man's invention. When we talk about the phones that we use today, that's all thanks to a black person. Family, some of these innovations, they do not want us, to be able to attribute and say that these came from us. They want to steal all of these innovations because of jealousy. They want us to feel less compared to them. They've always pushed and tried so hard to make us feel inferior for the longest time, as they want to put themselves on a level that we will always maintain to be their subjects. Well, they possess the higher class. This is something they've always pushed. This is an agenda they've created to ensure that black people are always afraid of them. And family, seeing white folks like the lady in the video just come up and call out their people and tell them the truth to their heads, without having fear of any contradiction, is something that I must clap for. It's something that I just must appreciate coming from a white person. And that alone can tell you that we are slowly approaching a time where white America is starting to get punished. Family, we are seeing them come up and speak against their people because they are seeing how racism itself has turned out to be very, very expensive. How themselves, they are struggling right now because of choosing racist ideologies, because of choosing fascist leaders, in the process to ensure that people of color do not take these offices. Family, they are ready to do anything because of their jealousy to black people. But fam, this is slowly coming to an end because right now we are seeing more of them coming up and calling out their people. The white men are jealous of black men's muscular build. White people have a lot of jealousy when it comes to black people. They're even jealous, of how black men look, their muscular build. They're jealous of that. Whites are slowly becoming a minority, and this is disturbing them that people of color will soon be a majority in America. They're just imagining, what if these people decide to revenge us? What if these people decide to punish us? What will happen? White people commit more crimes than black people in America today. But many a times they push a different agenda. They want black people, to always be painted as bad people. But in real sense, their folks are the people who are perpetuating most crimes in America today. Family talk about rapes, talk about abuses to children, talk about gun violence, talk about most arrests. When you look at the numbers, you'll notice that most white people are actually the perpetrators of these crimes. But family, the jealousy they have on black folks, they'll just ensure that they push an agenda that will make black people, look as if they are the problem in America. Well, in real sense, most white people are the problem. Family, let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this episode. Why do you think most white folks are jealous about black people? What did we do to them? Why do they admire us so much and just push any agenda to ensure that we remain, or rather be put as an inferior race of people, Family, like the video so that it can be recommended to other YouTube users, and I'd be very, very grateful. Lastly, I'd really appreciate if you all took your time to subscribe to the channel. We are currently on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We just hit 31,000 subs, and fam, that is a long one coming. Yeah, it's been almost 2 years for us to achieve that, but I'm really, really sure that soon we'll be able to achieve 50,000 subs. The goal of the channel has always been talk about black stories, black history, and ensure that we tell black stories the black way. Because if we give the white supremacists an opportunity to tell our stories, we all know what they do. They whitewash our stories. So fam, thank you. Stay tuned. Share these videos with your friends and family. And I'd be really, really grateful. Thank you so much, and see you all in our next episode. Goodbye for now.